good, family? Thank you for tuning in to the newest episode of Grits in the City podcast, better known as Girls Raised in the South and the City. I'm your girl, Drea G.
I'm Tasha, also known as the Black Rogue.
And we are the Grits. Bet. So we're back up in the place. How you feeling? We've been on a little bit of a break. You know, the weather is changing. It's getting nice outside. How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. I've been going through it, y'all, for the last 2 weeks. You know, but you know, that's a non-disclosure right now. to further notice. But
Girl.
It's been crazy. I went to the Roots picnic and I almost died. So I
almost died.
Yeah, I got a bloody knee. It's still a little fucked up. You know, it was a stampede and shit. People thought it was shooting, and when one black person run, everybody fucking run. So shit, I'm not even in shape. I was gone, so I wasn't even tired. I was running so quick. I wasn't even fucking tired. I was surprised, but you know.
See, black people be ready. We be ready to jump out them blocks like track star. We be like, oh, something going on. Somebody looking suspicious. Let me go ahead and raise up out of here.
For real.
So you were in a full blown stampede.
Yes, they done. I done toppled over my homegirl, little short ass, and then somebody toppled on top of me and just ran right on top of my ass. And I got back up and I was gone.
Yikes!
It was crazy. That's some crazy shit.
I guess that's the risk that you take when you go to festivals, but and it's festival season. I mean,
it is.
They just had Roots Picnic was this weekend. They had Governor's Ball, so it's so much stuff going on. So
yeah, they had a Polo Classic shit.
Yeah, the Vivo
all the bougie people.
Vivo Click It, I think it is.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I was thinking, you know, and I know this is random, but I just was thinking, and I don't know. But something that grinds my gears, you like people that wear color contacts, grown ass people.
I think it's, you know, that's so 2000.
Right. You know, I just thought about it randomly. I saw a grown ass person wearing contacts this
How
week.
you know it wasn't real?
Because they're a celebrity. And I know that it was for a look.
It was a celebrity.
It was for a look. I ain't gonna go in on my girl. But, you know, grown people wearing contact lenses, like, that's very 2000. Like, I remember, like, when I was a kid, when it was, like, a fad and trend.
That's a damn shame.
We was running around with brown contacts, and I think we were purchasing them from, like, the beauty salon store. Yeah, my eyes could have fallen out, but
that's a damn shame. It's 2019. We too woke for that. We too woke for color contacts.
We can't be wearing color contacts. I know that we may want to switch it up on the red carpet. I don't know, maybe for like a photo shoot look, but come on. Color contacts.
That's a damn shame. Alrighty. So what you gonna drink up to this week?
Okay, so for pour it up this week, I am gonna toast to I attended the Hot 97 Summer Jam this weekend. It was a really great show, really good lineup, and luckily there was no drama that popped off, and I've definitely attended one of these before when some drama popped off, but it was pretty low key except for the little rainy intermission that they had. But I love the fact that they show so much love to all the women in hip hop this year. Not all of them, but like it's just even more like indicatory of where we are right now, and just like how the industry and just how the landscape is changing. But I want to give a shout out to them because I mean, City Girls performed, Meg Thee Stallion performed, and she's a newcomer. Melly out of Harlem, Cash Doll out of Detroit performed. They had Cardi, and then Migos, Quavo, he brought his girlfriend on stage too.
Oh, she can't rap. That girl can't rap.
She's cute. She's a really pretty
girl.
How
was City Girls? Because she performed at the Roots and she was terrible.
Okay, well,
her ass was on stage for 10 minutes and she was twerking. She did one little twerk and her ass got right off stage.
I think that they all had a pretty quick show. I'm gonna say, like all the girls, they went on like at the beginning. Cardi was the headliner, so naturally she closed the show.
Was she good?
Yeah, she was. I mean, you know what? It's so crazy. I just remember a year or two ago, you know, when she first really started performing and stuff like that. And it's just like the transition that she's made. She's really become like a hell of a performer. She's like taking her craft seriously. So yeah, the fans loved it. It was a really good show. She brought out Billy Ray Cyrus and Nas X
I
for
like his little
Old
self.
Town Road. Yep. So I mean, she definitely did her thing.
Billy
Very
Ray.
proud of Cardi.
I fuck with Billy Ray. He didn't get his daughter though, but I fuck with him.
Right. Well, you know what? Like I said, I'm fucking with Hot just because they showed so much love and it was a really good show. Love the lineup. I mean, everybody from Meek Mill to Migos. I saw A Boogie with the hoodie. So it just was a really good lineup of like solid, you know, hip hop roster.
I mean, all the real niggas was there.
Yeah.
Could have caught me a little hood bae.
Not everybody there was like hood, you know. I think Summer Jam gets a bad rep, but literally everybody always thinks that it's nothing but kids there. But actually, it's a whole bunch of grown people that just want to see the show too.
You sure they was grown? Because these kids look older. They look older than what they
was
really
grown,
do.
Girl, and shout out to my plug who got me in the Club 97 section. So it was definitely a dope experience. And I mean, it was 50,000 people in there strong, like literally all the way to the top. So dope. So I'm pouring up to that. And then I was going to pour up also to the Netflix docuseries that actually dropped, When They See Us. You know, that's new on Netflix. And I think that's something that we should all be watching. Basically, it's the story of the Central Park jogger case from 1989 where, you know, a Caucasian woman was raped in the park and, you know, 5 young boys of color were convicted of this crime, even though that they were innocent. So I think that's really important for us to watch right about now.
I feel you. That's going to definitely get some awards. Definitely. I want to drink it up to a guy named Bertani Faustin. This guy is he's a Brooklyn native. Bertani, my bad. Faustin. And this is a BK/native, and he's also from Haiti. So this story, like I ran across this story on Facebook. This is a black guy who he got married and he was trying to make his way to California, and he ended up stopping in Oregon, and he ended up creating his own winery. And it's just such a random story. Like he started his own winery because his in-laws, they had a farm and they had grapes. And they were just having the grapes and having a farm just for tax purposes. But he thought outside the box. He was like, you know what? I'm going to be bigger. I'm going to create this whole winery. And he's the first black man in Oregon to own a winery, to be a winemaker.
Oh, wow.
So I just want to applaud him. He has different events going on from every month.
And he
has
plays
brunches.
hip-hop.
Yeah, it's like a hip hop theme. It's a hip hop wine and chill theme.
Oh my God.
So it's very dope. He also sells the wine in 30 different states. So if you guys want to support black business, then make sure to Google this guy.
Bertani Faustin.
Yeah, he's really dope.
All right, so let's get these drinks and let's pour it up.
All righty.
All right, so we're going to talk about city finds, and this is a new segment that we're introducing. And so this is just where, you know, as Grits, we're putting you on to cool city finds around the city. It could be retail related. It could be culinary related, from, you know, good eats to events. If you're visiting and you want to know what's going on. So this week, what I am giving a city finds to is actually, it's a retail shop. And I know I've told you about this person, Tasha, on many occasions. But it is a black retailer in Brooklyn. Her name is Margot. I don't know her last name, but she owns Installation BK. So
that's dope.
What that is it's a vintage boutique. It's in the heart of Bed-Stuy. So it's it's off of Nostrand. Okay. Nostrand and Halsey, I want to say. So go visit and check her out because, like I said, it's black owned and she has a really great eye. Like she gets some really great finds and she handpicks them. So you can find some really cool, unique stuff. I mean, she has shades. She has like little pins that you can put on your jacket. She finds like just really cool vintage finds that you know, you wouldn't be able to find anywhere else. So Installation Brooklyn. So if you're in the Brooklyn area or you're visiting in New York City, the New York City area, definitely check her out. Really cool place and really good finds, and it's Black owned. So
is it expensive? Cause
no,
I don't have time.
It's a mix of highs and lows.
Okay,
but I've gotten some really great deals. I mean, I got a fly ass leopard coat with a fox trim from there. I've gotten some really cool earrings. Like, she always has like top of the line stuff, and she has great taste. So that's important.
Well, that's what's up.
Yeah, and as far as I'm gonna also give another city finds to an event that's coming up. So if you're visiting and you want to know something to do in the week or two coming up, Grits and Biscuits. Gonna shout out to them, and I know they come from your alma mater.
Yeah,
Tasha.
I was just at Grits and Biscuits in Philly.
Yep,
that shit was live, and it was like mostly Philly people, and I can tell a lot of these people that go to HBCUs, but that shit was lit. It was fun, and one of the DJs, he went to my college, so shout out to Ron from FAMU, but it was dope.
Dope. Well, they actually have the Grits and Biscuits block party that's coming up in New York City. That's going to be actually June 15th. So if you're in the New York City area, you want something to do, you're going to be around, this may be a perfect matchup for you, because what they do is it's a really lively, good time. They play a lot of Southern and trap music. It's so fun. A lot of like working professionals and stuff like that, and just a mix of people. So if you're coming through, you could buy tickets online. You have to purchase the ticket through Live Nation.
Shit, expensive.
Yep. Get your coins ready. I want to say the tickets are between $40 and $50.
Oh, hell to no.
They're $35, and I want to say it's a $15 processing fee. So expect to spend about $50. But for the block party, they typically have performances.
They do.
And
Trina came one year.
Right. The last one I went to, I actually saw Jeezy, who I love.
Oh, he performed? That's
yes.
dope.
I saw Jeezy that year. I saw Bun B that year. It was like three of them.
I saw they had Wale too. They had Wale one year.
So I saw all of them. Waka, Jeezy, who I love, and Juvenile. And what? Yeah.
They be having some shit. They do be having some good performers.
It was like 4 of them. So yeah, so for $50, I mean, that's a good buy if you can see all those people.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you could throw that ass in a circle. You could turn up with your college friends or with your working professional friends.
Mm-hmm. Better turn up all that damn money y'all gonna pay to go to this damn thing.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, you gonna see performances. So, check that out. So again, that's Installation BK. And that is the Grits and Biscuits block party. That is June 15th.
All right. So let's bring it to the G code segment. So this week I wanted to give a special code because I'm going through a lot right now with the colonizers. So basically I want you guys out there, especially to the people that are new to New York or transplants from all over to New York. Just when you get to this city, make sure your voice is heard despite living in this loud, busy city. And I just want you guys to know that don't let people take advantage of you in any type of way. A lot of people think that a lot of Southerners are gullible to certain things. So just don't let them take advantage of you with that. Speak up for yourself at work. If you feel like you need a promotion, or if you feel like just in general that they're doing you wrong, speak up. Like, let your voice be heard with that. Like, and even like, don't let people at your job or just in general try to intimidate you or try to make you feel dumb just because you're different or you're not from here. Like, I have had incidents in the past where, I have a strong Southern accent. I can't help this. I can't help that I'm real country. I can't help it. But just because I have a different dialect doesn't mean that I can't like read everybody for filth and know my shit about marketing, advertising, or PR or anything technical. If you feel like you're different, don't let these people try to like make it seem like you're dumb. Like, stay encouraged, know that you're smart. And also from a salary standpoint, I just feel like, I went to a conference the other week and they said that Black women tend to negotiate our salary the lowest. So know your worth, stand up for yourself, know your voice.
Always negotiate. And that's something that I think that us people of color, we don't do enough sometimes. One thing that New York taught me, like, everything is negotiable. And if you don't ask, guess what? You never will know, and you'll never get what you want.
Shit,
period.
Negotiate in the African market on 116th. Negotiate those prices down.
Right. And in Soho,
Yeah, Soho too, shit. For real, dead ass.
All these places. All right, bet. So that takes us to our Southern Sound Off topic today. And today we're going to discuss an interesting topic. And this is kind of going to piggyback off of my Pour It Up. And you know how I was talking about just hip hop and just, you know, how hot even over last weekend is celebrating, you know, women in hip hop. So this week, our topic is about the start of FemCees in hip hop as well as its resurgence now. We know hip hop has been around for a long time, and we have definitely seen like an evolution, like since it first came out, like in the late 80s. Mm-hmm. You know, it's been a predominantly male dominated type of industry, but we've seen, you know, since its beginnings, we've seen women pioneers, you know, making their entrance and making their presence felt. So some of the first things that we saw in hip hop, like from the beginning, like original MCs in the game, MC Light,
yep,
Queen Latifah, Salt and Pepper, Yo-Yo, all these different people.
And a lot of these women, they were like feminists. Like they came in the game saying, hey, you're not going to talk to me this way.
U-N-I-T-Y.
Like we want equality, like as women. And it's different from these days.
Well, the narrative was definitely a little bit different.
They was more woke back in the day.
But at the same time, we did have those people, even though we did have like thought leaders like a MC Light or a Queen, we had people like Salt and Pepper that was coming into the game, but you had them coming into the game kind of getting racy, like let's talk about sex, or push it. I mean, push it real good. I mean, what you think that they was talking about?
You right about that. You right about that.
It just lets us know that it's always been many facets to hip hop, you know?
True.
It wasn't just a hardcore feminist, but we've always had that mix of wanted to bring, you know, our sexuality into it. But I think now, like to what your point that you made, it is definitely very different from what we kind of started with to like what it's evolved into now.
Yeah, it is.
Like, what were some of your like first memories of like personal experiences like with hip hop and
with female MCs?
Yeah,
I guess like I grew up on like
who girl?
Foxy Brown. That was my bitch.
Did you?
Yeah, Foxy was like literally when I was young, my favorite rapper. She was like my favorite female rapper. I thought she was dope. I like Drew Hill. So I like that little collab that she did with them. And I just liked everything about her. And then, you know, I love Missy. And then when I went to college, you know, I went to college in Florida. Shout out to FAMU. But Trina was just the shits, okay? Trina was just like my favorite. Like she's still my favorite female rapper now.
Girl, you caught on to her in college?
I knew her before, but in college, that's all they play. Like in Florida, that's all they play is some fucking Trina. Trina and Kaya. That's all they play.
My neck, my back.
And then look back at it, was my shit. When Trina came out with that, that was my shit.
Okay, well, you know what? Interestingly, like enough, some of my like first personal experiences, like I want to say the first project that I even had, like I heard from a female hip hop artist, it was actually Lil' Kim's Hardcore. Yo, I must have been like, I don't know, I was mad young though, and like I was in elementary, and I definitely shouldn't have been listening to the contents of hardcore because that was like the most explicit thing that I had ever heard.
Girl.
And it really just opened me up to like everything, because from that point on, like I loved her. I was like, ooh.
You was fast, girl.
No, it wasn't even that. It was just like, and even now, you know, we still respect it. It's like to be feminine and to still be sexy and all, and like own all this power and still talk shit and still be able to hang with the boys. I mean, it was all of those things, you know, like from tracks like Big Mama Thing, like, you know, No Time, like she, you know, from the onset, like she was spitting that shit, like she is the original. But like from there, from hardcore, I mean, I remember even when I was like in middle school, you talking about Trina, girl, I remember I had the Baddest Bitch album, and that was like my voicemail ringtone, child. And I did get in trouble for that. I had that Nokia light up phone.
Girl, I didn't have a phone. Y'all had money. I didn't have no phone. My parents, they wasn't about that life.
No, they shouldn't have let me have that phone. But yeah. So I mean, I was getting in trouble with that, and I mean, even before a Little Kim, even like No Limit was a big thing back in the South. So I saw rappers like Mia X. I don't know if you remember.
She only had one damn song, girl.
She didn't. No, she had a whole album.
She had a whole album, girl.
She had a whole album, boo.
I didn't
if you
listen.
knew your history,
I didn't listen
you would know that City Girls took I'll Take Your Man.
I know that's her, but
right.
that's the only song I know.
No, she had a whole album.
Okay.
But that lets you know they took her whole thing and remixed it. And they've done a couple of tracks where they've remixed something that was a classic. But yeah, I just remember Mia X from No Limit, and they had Mercedes on there too. So, you know, I always like identified with women in hip hop, and I just remember just that first love or that first introduction was Little Kim's Hardcore.
A lot of these women back in the day, you know, they set trends. As we know, Lil Kim. She
but
was
I'm like, of all time, like when you think about women in hip hop, like, do you have like an ultimate person that stands out in your mind as that trendsetter?
Yeah, Lil Kim,
right.
Definitely, like dead ass. Like Lil Kim started everything, like how the woman dress now.
Right,
that shit all came from Lil Kim. The wigs, the different hair color wigs, the hoochie outfits,
all of it,
all that shit came from Lil Kim.
And like I said, you did have some, you know, Salt and Pepper, they were trendsetters in the sense that, you know, they had the big hoops, they had the big rope chains, they was wearing the leotards on stage.
Girl, they was trendsetters for back in the day, not now.
Yeah, they were. But as far as like who set the tone, I'm just saying that even Little Kim, she got her style a little bit from what they were doing. They were pushing the envelope for them at the time.
I don't really see Lil Kim.
No. I mean, no.
Getting her style from Salt and Pepper.
She didn't get her style, but what I'm saying is Salt and Pepper was the first women in hip hop where you saw like it wasn't just on some conscious stuff. It wasn't on no MC Light tip. You know what I'm saying? Like women were being
like
sexy.
The words and shit.
Exactly. They were being
lyrics.
They were being suggestive with their lyrics.
True.
So they're the first people that really kind of gave you that. But Kim took that and ran with it and made it her own. So like today, like, you know, I definitely think as Lil Kim as the queen mother, I don't care how many women come in here. You know, when Nicki came in and everybody became her sons, she's actually a son of Lil Kim because she's the mother of it. She birthed this whole thing.
And Foxy, her and Foxy was rocking the designers back in the day.
Right, but Kim even more so first. Like Kim was that person because
didn't they come out at the same time?
A little bit, and Foxy's a little bit younger than Kim, so Kim birthed her too. Like, and then they both out of Brooklyn, so they were both out of Brooklyn. They're both trendsetters in their own right. I definitely think Kim is at the top of the list. I think that Foxy is at the top of the list. I think even like Trina's, because City Girl, shit, they look like little Trinas. They sound like little fucking Trinas. You know, they are little Trinas. When Trina came out, she was speaking that shit too, unapologetically. You know, Kim spearheaded it and Foxy spearheaded it, but like, you know, she took that and she put her own Miami spin on it and you know, did her thing. Even Eve. I mean, I know that I think Eve probably had about 3 or 4 solo projects that she did, and now she's off. She got a billionaire husband and stuff like that.
Even in terms of visuals and telling stories, Missy Elliott, like you know, she told stories. She created like different types of videos and different types of swags. So a lot of these artists now are, you know, they're being creative and
dancing, the visual aspect of it. Like she knew how to really like bring like, you know, bring that visual presentation. So yeah, even Missy, and obviously Nicki Minaj as well.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj did, man. You know, she got them bars. She can really rap. Got everybody want to get ass and shit. You know. Is that
a good trend?
Everybody want to get fucking ass. There's nothing wrong with having ass now. There's nothing wrong with that. But
I guess, you know, if you want to pump yourself with you know,
a lot of people, all these rappers, a lot of them sound like fucking Nicki Minaj. Shit.
You think so? Because Nicki Minaj sometimes it's not even her.
A lot of these niggas, these damn folks sound just like her ass.
I don't think so. Interesting. I mean,
and then she brought like dramatics, like Nicki Minaj. You know, she was a theater. She was a school for theater, so her ass is very dramatic. So she brought that out.
Yeah, she brought speaking in different personalities.
Yeah,
I guess that's cool.
Making it entertaining and shit.
Right. Well, she did. She brought that to me. That's the aspect that she brought to it. She made rap entertaining.
Yeah, everybody else up there following her ass, try to sound like her.
I don't know if I partake with that thought process. I'm like, who? Because
all these young rappers, these young female rappers,
because she kind of bit and stole her swag a little bit from Kim and claims that she didn't.
That's not true.
But she's definitely inspired. She was definitely inspired by her because
she already said that when she first came out.
But then she did a lot of stuff on the back end to where that don't even count.
She didn't do shit.
She was very disrespectful.
No, she wasn't. She didn't do shit.
She went for the queen.
How you know she went for her?
She did.
You wasn't there. I have never ever heard when she first came out. I never heard Nicki Minaj say any bad shit about her.
I just know that
Kim was up there saying that it was behind the scenes or when they saw each other in person.
Right.
And I don't see shit.
Following them,
she up there.
Right,
I followed Nicki when she first came out.
Following them doing a song together, and the song was never released. Her thing was the whole reason behind
Kim was
that
bitter.
Beef. No, she wasn't bitter.
She was a hater.
No, she's not. You know what? Actually, okay, let's time out on that right here.
Like, she ain't about to have to beg somebody over.
Lil'
Kim kept saying, "Oh, you ain't pay homage." Yes, she is. Kim said you supposed to pay homage. She kept saying that shit. Like, literally, Nicki Minaj paid homage so many fucking times when she first came out.
So let me ask you
this. Kim kept saying, "You supposed to pay homage to me." You kept, bitch.
That's not what happened.
She was jealous.
Okay,
yes, it was.
Okay, so let's flip the script on this because actually she wasn't. Kim was actually one of the first hip hop acts. Like, she brought women together. And
no, she didn't.
First of all,
she
Tasha,
had drama with Fox.
Can I say my point, please?
Shit.
Can I say my point? Thank you. First of all, they had the Ladies Night remix. She got Drea. She got Angie Martinez. She got Lisa. No, so she was all about camaraderie. Her and Foxy were good at one point. I mean, her and Remy fell out too at one point. But guess what? They squashed it. They're adults. They got over it. People have problems. But my thing about what you're saying is, no. Nicki acted the same way when Cardi came into the game. And so she had all these things to say about her. And now young girl is getting all her shine.
Whatever.
And so if that's the case, let me ask you, why for all those years, when it went silent, why was she the only one?
Because all these other women went to jail. All these bitches went to jail. They went ghost. They ass went ghost. They all went to jail. Remy went to jail. Lil' Kim went to fucking jail. Trina was still she was still going. She dead ass still was going. But the rest of and then Eve ended up going with that white man. She done married his ass. You know, I would too. I would stop rapping if I had a billionaire. So shit.
Okay, so
the woman disappeared.
Okay, so let's talk about, since we got some of our facts a little bit mixed up, let's talk about some notable moments in female hip hop history. Okay, so we know that this year, 2019, like most recently, Cardi B is the first female solo artist to win the best rap album, like a Grammy, at the Grammys. Like, before her, there have been no other females to win best rap album. So that's something that's really commendable because, I mean, Cardi's doing her thing. She's only been in the game, for a short amount of time. And I'm going to say, invasion of privacy, I know that people have all sorts of different opinions about it. Oh, she didn't write it, da-da-da-da. She put out a great, solid body of work. And, she was acknowledged for it. So even with that.
That's what's up. And then I know before it was the person that won a Grammy before was Missy Elliott. She didn't win the album, but she won like a best rap solo performance. I know Lil' Kim also won a Grammy for one of her songs.
Missy Elliott, she actually has 4 Grammys to be exact, but she actually won 3 for her rap solo performances. So the first Grammy that Missy Elliott got was for Get Your Freak On, and that was in 2001. So, and as well as Lil' Kim. Little Kim, she scored her first Grammy in collaboration with the ladies that did Lady Marmalade for the Moulin Rouge soundtrack. So she got they won a group Grammy in 2002 for Lady Marmalade. So in addition, I'm gonna give you some other facts, and these aren't just Grammy related. Actually, first female rapper to get an endorsement deal was Little Kim. She signed to Wilhelmina Models in '98. So when we talking about trendsetters and who started what and who got the blueprint from who, I mean, Little Kim was doing stuff mad long before these girls could even dream of this. Nicki Minaj, when she came in the game, she was snagging endorsements too. But just imagine, that was a different day and age. Like, Kim was popping in the late 90s, early 90s through 2000s. So, like, she was already, like, snagging endorsement deals. I remember seeing her on MAC campaigns. I remember all the top fashion houses wanted to dress her, as well as Foxy Brown, too. But we knew, like, Kim was synonymous with signing those deals and being friends with fashion designers. So that, in addition, the Ladies Night collaboration. We talk about camaraderie and hip hop and, who didn't like who. But Kim was one of the first people to gather everybody up and this was the Ladies Night remix, which was the remix off of her hardcore album to Not Tonight. So she gathered all these women up. So it was Little Kim, it was Angie Martinez, Left Eye, and Da Brat. Nobody else was doing this at the time. And even in present day, we see people like Cardi doing that now. Somebody that's a big star.
They was doing that before. They had Nicki with Eve and Trina.
Girl, first of all, that was somebody else's song, boo. What are you talking about? We talking about people's records. You don't know. You got to stay in your lane right now.
We got Foxy and Nicki.
Girl, bye. What songs do you got by Foxy and Nicki?
It's on her latest album.
Okay, so what's the song?
Girl, I haven't listened
you don't
to
know.
The song they was hating on her ass.
Stop.
But it
you know what? It's so funny because she hangs with, like, she sticks on to Foxy, but you don't see her collaborating with nobody else, and she's been in the game for mad long.
Yes, she
You
has.
talking about a 5-star chick remix that wasn't even her song? She was a feature on 5-Star Remix, which was Yo Gotti's song. Number 2, she do
features all the time though. That's her style. That's Nicki's style.
Why we ain't seen her do no features with no other women? Cardi
B has. She done features with other Cardi.
With who?
Cardi. She definitely has.
And that was so much drama behind that. She didn't even want to give that record up.
Yes, she did.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
Cardi
got mad because she changed her verse.
Cardi didn't get mad. First of all, she was already bullying Cardi behind the scenes, saying that she wasn't going to be on records if people that hadn't put in the work, if they were going to be on the record too. She was like, I don't feel like they've earned their spot yet.
Girl, you a hater.
I'm not a hater. But Nicki is a hater.
Nicki is not a hater.
It's more than evident now because for all them years, why didn't we see them? Like, why couldn't she bridge the gap with somebody else?
It was nobody out there
That's
all
not
these
true.
years. Who?
That's not true.
Name some artists that was
That
out
is
there.
not true.
It was nobody out
there.
there.
That is not true, Tasha. And you know what it is? It's crazy because that feeds right into what they do with women in the hip hop and in the music industry. They pit us against one another, and then they tell us that it really can only be one of us. Meanwhile, men can compete with one another. They could talk their shit on records, and it could be many of them. But with a woman, they pigeonhole us, and then they make us fight each other. You know what that sounds like? Like cockfighting, like dog fighting. That's exactly what happens. Because my thing is, like, for all them years, like, why was nobody else, like, prevalent? Like, why couldn't? And now we see all this emergence.
I didn't know any female rappers back in the day other than Trina.
Oh, well, that's sad for you.
Oh, who was back in the day?
Aside from Trina?
Yeah, during Nicki's era.
It was plenty of people in Nicki's era.
Who? See, you don't even know. You don't know. See, you don't even know. It was nobody.
The same girls that are coming up now.
They was during Nicki's era. Cash Doll was during Nicki's era.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask my Detroit friend. I'm gonna have to. No. She ain't 30. That bitch said she 24. She's not 30.
She did not say she was 24.
She said she was in her 20s. She never said she was 30.
She may be 29. But this year, when she was talking about 21st birthday, people looked her up. She's definitely like 29. And that's cool too. Like, it's no big deal. Okay, so before we veer off topic, some other notable moments in hip hop history. So in 2005, because you're talking about everybody went away. In 2005, well, let me rewind this. In 2001, Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown's entourage, they got into a shootout outside of Hot 97. And then 4 years later, Lil' Kim was actually indicted for perjury, and she was sentenced to a year and 1 day in prison. So this was in 2005, and she went to prison because, you know, she wouldn't snitch on Lil C's. And, you know, luckily they just got cool. You know, I saw that she hosted B.I.G.'s birthday dinner, and that they were all back together. So that's dope that she could forgive. But she spent a year and a day in jail because she didn't want to roll over on her friend. So that was in 2005. And then in 2008, you know, when we were young adults, let's see, Remy actually, you know, she was convicted of shooting a friend, an associate of hers, twice over some money. And so that was 2008, and she was sent away for 8 years, an 8-year bid. She didn't serve all those 8 years. She served the majority of it though. But so these were some like notable moments in history that definitely like changed like the face and just the trajectory of women in hip hop, because yeah, some of them did kind of get caught up and jammed up, you know, with some legal things.
And I just feel like these day and age women, like the new day woman, I feel like all they asses talk about the same shit. They sexualize all these fucking rappers because I feel like that's the only way they can make money and get mainstream is by talking about their vaginas all fucking day and wearing half naked outfits and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like
back in the day, I mean, it wasn't like that. It was more about creativity. It was about everything. You know, you can be sexy, but you can be creative. It was like different. It was open. But nowadays, it's just like everybody have to be half naked just to sell some shit.
I mean,
everybody got to have an ass just to sell some shit.
Right. Or everybody got to be dressed up in a leotard on stage, or, you know, with the Daisy Dukes. But I mean, you know, oddly enough, these are some of, I mean, there are women that are going against the grain and don't have to do that. There's this one FemCee that I love out of New Orleans, and she just could never get enough mainstream love, like 3D Not T. And she's talking about some real stuff. And she's not one of these girls that's, you know, she thick, she has body and stuff like that. But she's not one of these women that are going to just sell you sex appeal. She's going to give you some lyricism. But you know what? Oddly enough, you know, it's hard for women like that to break out. You know,
I don't know, like Tierra Whack, she's dope. She's been blowing up lately. Like, you know, she's one of Missy Elliott's that's her protege. Okay. But she been like kind of blowing up. A lot of people been, you know, talking about her. So I see her shining.
I do
as an emerging artist.
I do too. And she's probably has a different style. And you know what? When I listen to her work, she sounds like a songwriter too. So sometimes when you have that fluidity about yourself, like you don't feel like you boxed into one thing. But I do like Tierra's style, and I love her flow actually, because her flow, it doesn't even sound feminine. It sounds it's like a unisex flow. And that's why people are, you know, vibing with it, because she's spitting and it's like, okay.
And she can really rap too. She's
like
dope.
Damn. Like that's what I'm saying. Like she's a good songwriter too, because you can hear it in how she brings her tracks together. So I mean, not everybody has to do it, but I do think, you know, for women in music, I feel like, you know, it's a bureaucracy. It's politics involved. I do feel like that. I feel like, you know, we're either pitted against one another, you know, and that whole mentality that it could only be like one queen bitch that's, you know, running it. Like I said, why? When it's multiple men. Like, why do we gotta be?
I think people don't want to listen to women rap. They think it's boring.
I think so.
That's why I think.
To a degree,
like, a lot of people just like don't want to listen to that shit.
Right.
I mean, I be thinking of half of the shit be boring to me. Shit.
But that's why they overly sexualize us. So that's why they're like, oh, well, you know, can you come speak that shit? That's why they want to see that. I mean, that's why you got girls getting ass shots. Because they want to be more visually pleasing. Like,
and it's true because the little girl, I watched the rap game. And what's that little girl name from the rap game? Mulatto. That little girl, she was so innocent, and now this girl look like a little hoochie, look like a little sack chaser out here. Don't have no clothes on. She got 18.
But this is the thing.
She don't have no fucking clothes. I'm like, damn, you got to do that just to sell? But you was already on TV.
But listen, all the artists that you listening to right now, they doing the same thing. From City Girls to Meg Thee Stallion, I ain't seen her in no clothes yet.
But she got a good body.
That's nice and all, but
she blessed.
But when we talk about people differentiating themselves and really wanting their talent to shine, why we all look the same? Why we all in dazzling bodysuits?
Beyonce look the same shit.
No, Beyonce set her tone. See, Beyonce been the queen of leotards, but Beyonce give you looks on stage. She got money to give you looks.
Girl, she be in leotard. That's all she wears.
She do, but that's not true. I seen her wear pleather outfits, child.
In a leotard.
I seen her. I mean, she get also no.
She wear that same bodysuit. It's not always
leotard. It's not always. I've seen her performing.
She the best rapper out here. I don't know why they don't give her rap credits because Beyonce got flow be on.
Right.
Shit, that rap album with Jay-Z.
Right.
Shit, she need to get nominated for a Grammy. They try her.
Right. Her bars and her delivery were definitely on point. But what I'm saying is, like, if we don't necessarily, like, if we know that this is what they do, like, they over sexualize us, we got to do, then why do we all look the same? Like, right now, you know, we got all these emerging women in hip hop.
They trying to stand out.
Yeah, it's like, but nobody's standing out. They all look kind of similar, and they all talking about
standing out because people listen to the City Girls. They fuck with Meg.
They are, but even I'm gonna tell you, even with them, I like Meg too, and she from Texas, so shout out to her. But when we just talk about the content of what you're rapping about too, a lot of them talking about the same thing.
I mean, all these bands talking about the same
sex
shit too.
They talking about getting niggas. You know, but men are gonna give you some metaphors. They're gonna give you some alliteration.
Like this, I mean, a female hip hop artist can give metaphors. I remember Nicki Minaj used to back in the day. She used to give metaphors. She was really dope with it, but you know, she been ghost for a little bit.
Well, I understand when you like, okay, fuck niggas get money vibe. I mean,
but a lot of these male rappers do the same shit.
They do. I
do be getting tired of hearing this shit talking about your vagina's wet, your vagina's the best, bitch. Everybody else vagina's the best. Let me see your sex game.
Let me see your sex talk.
I don't even know. Sex overrated. Shit.
Oh, okay.
It's overrated. I be getting tired of listening to shit.
Well, that's all I'm gonna say. I will say that I'm loving the resurgence and the reemergence of it, but at the same time, because I was talking to somebody the other day, I saw I went to see Meg Thee Stallion perform at SOB's Who's Next, and I was having a discussion with someone, and I called them sexist a little bit because it was just like, okay, well, I told him basically, wow, women should be able to have as many trash rappers as males. And his thought process to me is like, no, it should remain selective and the women should remain the few because we need to keep some authenticity about it. Like, it should still be a certain bar to where all these women that are not talking about nothing, they shouldn't be able to get in. And I'm just like, well, why?
What? No. I think it should be equal. I think we should have like some club.
As many trash rappers, trash dude rappers it is. We should be able to have as many like female ones. Yeah. Like, why not?
Let them all talk about the same shit. But
right.
You know.
And let the fans phase them out, you know. But give us that opportunity because, like I said, women in music is hard. So when they're not pitting us against one another, what they're doing is they making girls fuck for tracks. I mean, even recently, I'ma say, I like Melly out of Harlem.
She was fucking for tracks.
She wasn't. But what it was is, okay, so she was on Meek Mill's most recent album. And she had a track with him with the shits. Anyway, she went on tour with him for a little bit this year. But what happened was she ended up deciding to sign with Tory Lanez' label and not Meek Mill. And what she was saying is she was like, the Chasers or Dream Chasers didn't feel like a good fit. And what I gather from it is that Meek was kind of pushing up on her and she didn't feel comfortable because he's in a position of power.
Yeah.
She not even signed. And here it is, this extremely talented woman. And some man is like, oh, well, I'll give you this cosign if you sleeping with me or whatever. But that's not the first time we've heard of stuff like that. It's plenty of female artists where producers are withholding tracks from them unless they get smashed.
True.
You know? So it's just like all these fucking politics that we have to deal with. And then they get mad at women. And I'm going to say, you know, that's one reason. That's one thing I did like about Nicki. You know, you the man, like you gotta stun these people.
She knew her worth.
You can't take no shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I liked about her because she bossed up on the dudes and she was like, nah, you're not gonna give me this. I'm gonna take what I want, and that's what it is because I'm a boss and I'm not about to be playing no politics with you. So that's one thing that I really respect and admire about her because women, you know, if you're not strong and
you get taken advantage of.
Yeah, man. Just like in life. So
and I think things changed because of
social media. It definitely did.
Like social media and reality TV. Like reality TV changed the game. Like they had this show called Sisterhood of Hip Hop. And, you know, that was at the beginning stages before all these future hip hop women came out like crazy now. And then they had then Love and Hip Hop showcased Cardi B and showcased a lot of female rappers. And, you know, they Jermaine Dupri had the rap game. So I feel like reality TV and social media really helped promote artists and new upcoming artists. So now it's just like it's so many fucking rappers online, so many female rappers online that you see on YouTube. It's like crazy. They from every city. Shit.
And you know what I will say too? I definitely think that social media, like to your point, it definitely changed the landscape. But you know what? The internet period just changed the landscape of these artists. Because even like at the height of Nicki's career, you know, when, you know, people felt like she was the first to do a lot of stuff. That's not true. Like, that's what I'm saying. Going back to when Kim was like popping, like from endorsement deals to being in movies. I mean, I remember seeing Kim and She's All That. Like, Kim has got credits and no female hip hop.
What that had to do with social media, girl?
I'm gonna explain that. I'm saying that she had credits, and so she had credits even when social media wasn't relevant. Mm-hmm. And what I'm saying is, when Nicki came along, social media was,
it wasn't that popping when Nicki first came out. Not when I Girl, no, it was sweetie, no Instagram. She came out when I was in college. Okay. Instagram wasn't even here in college. But
I remember when I came to New York City and she was popping. So we talking about like 2000.
But she was popping back in the day too.
Right, but let's not act
in Atlanta. She was mad popping.
Let's not act like her mixtapes. But let's not act like the internet and social media didn't give her some. Something.
It wasn't as big as now.
Right. And what I'm telling you, right, she got 100 million followers. Imagine if back in it like 10, 20 years ago when Kim was doing it. Imagine
but it wasn't like now. Like I feel like it's still the era was rising, but it wasn't on top like now in Cardi B's area.
But even now
with social media. Now it's like on top. The social media is the shit now.
For the past 10 years, social media has been a huge thing. It's been a huge thing.
Not when Nicki first came out though.
Right. But I'm just simply saying,
like she got popular because of Lil Wayne. It wasn't social media.
What I'm simply saying is, but that has catapulted her and gave her opportunities that other female artists before her did not have. Because the age of the internet, those streams online, it's a totally different game now. People don't need, you don't need a nod from a record label because you could do it yourself. And yeah. From SoundCloud to YouTube, we do see a whole bunch of random rappers that are doing their thing.
You make your own fucking money, shit.
Right.
Without even getting signed. Shit.
Right.
Just have a whole bunch of followers and wear fashion over like the rest of these bitches do.
Okay, so let's talk about like emerging artists. Like, what does this new landscape look like? We talked a lot about like the old and the past, but what does a lot of this new landscape look like right now?
They come from like the East Coast, the West Coast, the South. They all over the place. It's tons of their asses.
On the East Coast or East Coast, and I guess is
north, up north.
Yeah, up north. Like it's artists that are dope right now that I like Malibu Mitch, and she's out of New York City. It's a lot of people from Tierra Whack, Tarico Nasty. I love Dreezy. I don't feel like Dreezy gets enough love, like for whatever reason.
Yeah, date that little boy just to get love.
Child,
that's a damn shame.
They're the same height.
Lord Jesus.
It just bothers my
somebody
spirit.
out there for everybody. There's somebody out there for everybody.
They definitely, I don't like them together, but that's not my business. But Cash Doll, you got Young M.A. I mean, I know she don't necessarily identify with us, but
yes, she do. She don't identify as a woman. I gotta research this shit.
She calls herself a queen with a K.
I be fucking with her. Shit.
I think that most people be fucking with her. But Tink, who's extremely talented too, kind of reminds me a little bit of Dreezy. You got Dej Low. We ain't heard, as much from her.
Heard from her ass, so she ain't even on here.
But she is. You got people like Doja Cat. I mean, I thought that was kind of a joke and a prank that she had going on with that song.
That's how she got
Bitch,
publicity.
I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow.
That's how she got publicity and shit.
Right.
That's smart.
Right. And she's attractive. She's not bad to look at. So she, that's what people are doing now. They're going viral. But as far as like West Coast rappers, anybody like, I know Kamaya is like a big thing on the West Coast. She's an Oakland rapper. I know Sweetie.
She can't rap, so she not on this list.
Child, Quavo was trying to put his girl on, honey. I just
she
saw
cannot
her
rap.
at
He
Summer
didn't write
Jam.
some of her shit then.
You know what I will say about her?
Shit trash.
I'm gonna say what I like about Sweetie.
Cause she cute.
She's a USC graduate, so she's not just cute. But what I liked about her is not some of this newer stuff, but when I did listen to some of her mixtapes, I like the fact that it was like about like bigging herself up. You didn't hear her talking about a lot of like other women like that. She was talking about her degrees. She was talking about, just being proud of herself.
That's a damn shame. She got a degree, can't even like form sentences and rap. It made no damn sense.
Did you see that
video?
video?
Had no good rhymes, Lord.
You know what?
She'll have
that's
the
not
source.
true.
She don't have no damn thesaurus.
Well,
you supposed to went to fucking college.
Touche. But I will say that her So Icy, I think it's Icy Wifey, her current mixtape, actually it has some knocks on it.
Girl, bye.
She got a song on there called
Goodbye.
My Type. She performed it on Summer Jam. That's my shit, actually. That's a good workout song,
I guess.
Okay, so as far as like third coast rappers, that's like
those my bitches.
The South.
Shout out to 305
and the
Sade County
and the 214 and the
City
404,
Girls.
all of that type of stuff. So with third coast, we got people like City Girls. We got Meg the Stallion. We got a newcomer up out of like Meg the Stallion is yours in Houston. I got Asian Doll that comes from Dallas.
You know what? Why I thought she was from Georgia? Because she signed with Gucci.
She signed with Gucci.
She can rap though, dead ass. Her shit just be boring.
She just,
but she can rap.
She give you that hood hardcore, but she gotta find a balance.
I like her hood hardcore. I just wish her shit wasn't boring.
Right.
But I wish she had like good hooks. She don't have no
she
good.
talking about trapping and rolling up on
She's
niggas.
So cute
and letting the chopper sing
like
on
her.
them.
I like her. I need a good. She need to do all this old. I feel like for these female rappers to be successful, they just have to get an old school song and remix an old school song. That's it. That's all you have to do. That's what she need to do. Shit, get an old school song.
You know who else? I don't know how many people know her yet, but Light Skin Keisha. I really like Light Skin Keisha too. Light Skin Keisha is actually
she a tall glass of water too,
and she's actually very talented. Like from what I've heard of her, I actually like her, and I like the way she puts it together.
Where's she from?
She's from Atlanta.
All right, yeah. She cute.
And her man is Coco Vango, and he has that song "Ice All on Me." I
don't know who the fuck that is.
Right.
I don't listen to rap music like that.
Right, but so I like her. So She got some bangers, and she's on a come up. Like you said, Mulatto. You know, she's out of
Atlanta.
Is she Atlanta?
Mm-hmm. She's from Atlanta.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't remember if she was from Atlanta or Florida.
Oh,
but
no,
you know, Lotto, she got things going on, and you said that she got her start in the
rap game.
Okay.
She was a child. Now she looked like a damn
child. She a grown woman, got ass cheeks out.
She I'm like, damn.
I throw this ass back to see if he gonna catch you.
I know her daddy like, what the fuck? Her daddy was on the show. I know he like, what the fuck?
Right. Mm-hmm. You got other people like Tokyo Jets, who signed to T.I.'s label, and she's pregnant right now.
Ain't nobody do good on T.I.'s label. And
it's crazy because she's one of these rappers that are not just selling you sex, and she got bars. But guess what? You don't even know her. Like, she not making no waves because, unfortunately, that's the shit they want to see from us.
Lauryn Hill was feminine.
When you're a singer
she was feminine.
and a songwriter, you don't get boxed in like that.
True.
That's what it is when you don't get boxed in like that. Who else? It's a new person that I'm kind of listening to. She got some stuff, it may just be some twerk songs or some workout songs, but Rennie Rucci, and she's from the Carolinas, but I think she's based in like Atlanta, but I want to say she's from North Carolina.
Oh, shout out to Carolinas. Shout out.
Right. Because we got some talent coming out of the Carolinas right now. The baby, he's from Carolina, from North Carolina.
He probably my cousin.
So, and then you got, lastly, Juicy Fruit. I've heard about this rapper too. She's got a lot of like buzz, like people like her as well. And I want to say she is from Atlanta too.
So, with all these rappers, we've been talking about rappers all fucking day.
Girl.
What is your favorite bars?
My favorite bars? Like, should I spit them?
Go ahead, girl. Shit.
In my past life, I should have been a rapper. But my favorite bars is going to come from, of course, the notorious K.I.M. And my song, like, I don't care where I am. If I hear this shit in a club, if I hear it in a car, like, it's slapping still to this day, 20 years later. It's Queen Bitch by Lil' Kim. If Peter Piper peck him, I bet you Biggie bust him. He probably tried to fuck him. I told him not to dust him. Quickly, I dust him off like pledge. Hit hard like sledgehammer. Bitch with that platinum grammar. I am a diamond cluster hustler. A queen bitch, supreme bitch. Kill a nigga for my nigga by any means, bitch. Murder scene, bitch. Clean bitch. Disease-free bitch. And this track is highly debated because they're like, oh, Biggie wrote it, but believe me, there were plenty of songs thereafter that he didn't write.
He wrote all her shit.
No,
go ahead.
But she got La Bella Mafia too, and that was years after his death. That album got 5 mics from the source when it was still popping. Anyway, that's
you be one of those girls talking bad about Nicki on social media. You be under her comments like, fuck you, bitch.
I don't be up under her comments.
Yes, you probably one of those. You probably one of those.
I would never go to somebody's page and talk shit under their comments.
You be in the shade room.
That's the wackest shit. Well,
you be in the shade room talking shit.
Well, if it's in the shade room, it's a different form. And I don't talk shit, but I can state my opinion and be like, oh, well, I'm not sold on it.
True.
Oh, okay.
Well, for me,
what's your bars, girl?
My bars is like right now, like, cause it's summertime. You gotta be motivated. Out here, you ladies, you gotta get the bag, secure the bag, where the bag at. Shout out to City Girls. They're just so inspirational. You learn so much from these girls. One of their songs, It's That Season, where niggas cut a check for no reason. Yet these girls know they fucking worth. They know they fucking worth.
Is that a word?
And then they said, if you fucking for a stack, that ain't much. Dead ass. These women out here fucking for free. You can't be fucking for free. City Girls is they're my summer motivation. Out here, I'm about to secure the bag. Fuck all of this shit. They said fuck a ring. They want to get money. You know what? Amen to City Girls. You fuck with City Girls?
I like City Girls.
They motivated you this summer?
You know what? Yeah, to need a nigga that's gonna swipe them visas. Yeah.
I know, swipe the visas.
I need a nigga that's gonna swipe them visas. So yeah, I fuck with City Girls.
I fuck with them, even though the one little City girl, she can't rap. Young Miami.
Free JT though.
JT is the star.
JT.
She the star. Shit.
Too bad she locked up. I don't know if it was fraud, but you know, it's plenty of people locked up here in New York City for fraud and scamming.
Shit, at least they rap real about what they fucking live. Shit,
right.
These rappers
Scamming.
fake lying like Rick Ross and shit, fake lying and shit about shit. At least she telling the truth. I'm a scammer. I'm scamming niggas, and she in jail for it. At least she honest. Shit.
All right, so that's gonna take us to our grits of the week, and so. You know, our girl raised in the South, shout out, or our guy raised in the South, shout out. And so this week, I'm actually shouting out a guy raised in the South. And who I'm shouting out is Lucky Day. So he is an artist and he's a New Orleans native. And this guy, he just dropped his debut album, It's Painted. I want you guys to check him out. He's getting some really like great feedback from it, from the project. Dope. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Frank Ocean. I don't know if it's because they both from New Orleans, but Painted, I mean, so many notable tracks. I listened to the project and it's just soulful. He infuses kind of like where he comes from as well. And just for it to be his first project and just to get a lot of feedback, a lot of praise for it, and it's R&B.
Well, that's what's up. I'm gonna listen to that. Yeah. That's the only thing I fuck with, really.
Painted. He's got tracks on Painted like that have been getting some play already, like on iTunes. But he had Roll Some Mo. He has like Ready to Love, Love You Too Much. So a couple of those tracks. So really dope project. So
hopefully it's some love music, because I'm getting tired of these singers trying to be rappers.
It's some love music, and you could tell like he's a really talented songwriter. And like I said, I love that he infuses where he comes from. He gives me a little bit of a little Frank Ocean, maybe a little Bryson Tiller, but just dope. So check out Lucky Day, stream his new project Painted.
It'll take us to Bless Your Heart, and we already talked about this earlier, but I'm going back to talk about it. It's this documentary by Ava DuVernay. I just want to, I don't even know if I want to bless these people, Lord Jesus. These people that put these men in jail. I don't even know if I want to bless them, but I just feel like, you know, after watching this, I only watched the first part. Have you watched it yet? The first part is just really depressing, like how they stage everything. So I just want to, like, all those people, like the prosecutor, her ass need to go to jail. Everybody, the police need to go to jail for intimidating these young boys, making up a lie, because they basically wrote them the fucking story. So I just want all these people, I just feel like all these people now, they still need to go to fucking jail. So I just want to bless my heart to the whole situation. It's sad.
Yeah, very sad.
You blessing your heart to anybody this week?
I'm just, if anything, to piggyback off of that, I'm a bless Trump's heart, because they dug up some old tweets in 2013, you know, just him talking like disparaging about the case, like, oh, you know, they were criminals, like, what is, you know,
these colonizers. I was watching it. I went back to work, and Lord Jesus, I started having flashbacks.
And you know what? It just reiterated to me, you know, like I said, I mean, look at Trump. This man is a born and raised New Yorker. And
New York racist as fuck.
Exactly. And that's my whole point. So a lot of times, and we've talked about this in other episodes, we be thinking that all the racism and all like the prejudices come from the South, and that is not true. You got people in liberal ass New York. Right. And he's talking out the side of his face. So
you had no black friends ever in their lives. They got privilege.
People said it's classism. No,
that's not true. It's racism.
Right.
Shit.
Right. It's racism.
It's racism.
Give it a
don't
different.
Fuck with us.
Give it a different title. Paint it whatever picture you want. It's still racism.
Everybody's fucking racist in New York.
Right. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So, you know, to bring us out on a positive note, I'm going to give the thought of the day. And so my thought for the day is, it doesn't matter where you start or where you come from. We all have the capacity for greatness. And to piggyback on that, I'm going to, you know, we had the Forbes, it gave us the list this week. So richest men and women in entertainment and sports and things like that. You got Bed-Stuy's own Jay-Z as the first hip-hop artist to become a billionaire.
Shout out to Marcy.
Right. This man came from Marcy Projects. He came from the heart of Bed-Stuy when before it was gentrified. You know what I'm saying? The hood of the hoods. And this man is a billionaire today. And did he have some different opportunities that us other people of color, weren't afforded with or were afforded with? No, he started out from the mud just like, most poor black people. And so for him to have amassed that and to have
that's amazing,
so many accolades, and even to Serena Williams, she was named the first athlete to make the richest self-made women, earning $225 million. Serena and her sister come from Compton. Compton.
Shout out to Compton.
You know what I'm saying? They came from nothing. Her father, I was looking at a video online. He had to go around to all these country clubs and go find these used tennis balls so that he could have balls for his girls to practice with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just can we think about the determination of that when you come from nothing? Nobody in your environment is doing these things, but her father had enough foresight and enough, ingenuity to be like, you know what? I'm gonna make my daughters the first, little black girls in the hood that can play tennis. So it doesn't matter where you come from, where you start from, we all have the capacity. So just remember that.
Yeah, and they both inspire me. Whenever I had kids, I'm gonna put them in a sport where barely any black people is in, and then
put them in music or put them in ballet.
I ain't putting them in no fucking music. Everybody want to be musicians and shit these days.
Why he can't be a saxophonist or
that don't pay, girl. That don't pay. He ain't gonna do that shit. No, that ain't gonna pay. I'm gonna put myself at this point. Jay-Z inspired me. I may start selling drugs tomorrow. Making this money, girl. Selling drugs. Next thing you know, I'm gonna
flipping in packs.
I may have to start off small.
What's the rate on a key right now?
Girl, I don't know. Shit. I'll learn, girl. I'm gonna listen to some rap music. I'm gonna listen to Jeezy. He teaches everything about. Jeezy be teaching everything.
27.5 is what Jeezy said.
Jeezy like to smoke. Jeezy like to mix his arm hammer with his coke. That's all I need to listen to Jeezy. I know how to mix.
Like to drink. Jeezy like to smoke. Jeezy like to mix Arm & Hammer with his coke. He did say that. God damn it. I love it.
Is that better? Is that how you mix coke with
that's how you make crack, I think.
That's how you make crack.
And watch Menace to Society because
watch all of
they
these.
Pull out mustard. They pull out baking soda. I don't know what all goes into it. I don't know, but I figure you could watch the movie and then you could listen to what Jeezy said and you could just take your street learning and you can go.
This money.
Hit a lick. And on that note, thank you for tuning in to the latest episode of Grits in the City podcast. Check us out next week for an all brand new episode, as we'll definitely be keeping this spicy. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the pod on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. You can even check us out on YouTube and other streaming platforms. And be sure to visit us at www.gritsandthecitypodcast.com. Join our mailing list on Facebook.com. And hey, don't forget to tell your friends and family. All right, deuces.